of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, to read a congratulatory message from President Xi Jinping.
尊敬的李强总理，尊敬的各国领导人、各国际组织负责人、各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，现在我宣读习近平主席的致信。第6届中国国际进口博览会，值此进博会开幕之际，我谨向各方嘉宾表示诚挚欢迎。2018年以来，进博会成功举办5届，依托中国大市场优势，发挥国际采购、投资促进、人文交流、开放合作平台功能，对加快构建新发展格局和推动世界经济发展做出了积极贡献。当前，世界经济复苏动力不足，需要各国同舟共济，共同发展。中国将始终是世界发展的重要机遇，将坚定推进高水平开放，持续推动经济全球化，朝着更加开放、包容、普惠、平衡、共赢的方向发展。希望进博会加快提升构建新发展格局的窗口功能，以中国新发展为世界提供新机遇，充分发挥推动高水平开放的平台作用，让中国大市场成为世界共享的大市场，更好提供全球共享的国际公共产品服务，助力推动构建开放型世界经济，让合作共赢惠及世界。祝第6届进博会取得圆满成功。中华人民共和国主席习近平2023年11月5日。女士们、先生们、朋友们，
Ladies and gentlemen,
在
friends,
习近平主席的
under
亲
the
自关心、
personal guidance and
指
efforts
导
of President
和
Xi
推动下，
Jinping,
中国国际进
the
口博览会
CIIE
走过5
has
年不平凡
traveled
的历
a
程，
remarkable journey
发
over
展
the
成为
past
中
5
国
years.
构建新发展格局
It
的
has
窗口，
become a window of
推
China's
动
new
高水平
development
开放的
paradigm,
平台，
a platform
全球
for
共享
high-level
的国际
opening
公共
up
产
and
品
a public good for the whole
受到国
world,
际社会普
and it
遍
has
欢
been
迎。
widely welcomed by the
刚才
international
宣读的习
community.
近平主席致信，
In his
对
congratulatory
办好本届
message,
进博会
President
的
Xi
是
Jinping
巨大的鼓舞和鞭策。
gives
中华人
high
民共和国国务
expectations.
院李强总理参加了今天的大会，
Premier Li Qiang
并
is
将发
also
表
here
主
with
旨
us
演讲。
today, and he will deliver a
出席
keynote
开幕
speech.
时，并将发表致辞的嘉宾有
Dignitaries who attend the
澳大利
ceremony
亚
and
总
will
理
deliver remarks
阿
are
尔巴尼
the
斯阁下
Honorable Anthony Albanese,
哈萨克
Prime
斯坦
Minister
总
of
理
Australia,
斯麦
His
洛夫阁下，
Excellency Alihan Smylov, Prime
塞尔
Minister
维
of
亚总理
Kazakhstan,
布尔
Her
纳比奇阁
Excellency
下，
Ana Brnabic,
古
Prime
巴总
Minister
理
of Serbia,
马雷罗阁
His
下，
Excellency Manuel
伊
Marrero,
朗第一副
Prime
总
Minister
统
of Cuba,
穆赫贝尔阁下，
His Excellency Mohammad
南非副总
Mohber,
统
First Vice President of
马沙蒂莱
Iran,
阁下，
His Excellency Paul
联合国贸
Mashadile,
发会议
Deputy
秘书长
President of South
格雷
Africa,
斯潘阁
Her
下，
Excellency Rebecca Greenspan,
来自
Secretary
44
General
个
of
国家、地区
UNCTAD,
和国际组
welcome
织
Your
的
Excellencies.
66位部长级以上嘉
We
宾，
also have with us
有关国家驻
66
华使
officials
节、
at and above
国际
ministerial
组织驻
level,
华代表、
diplomatic envoys,
中国各省区
representatives from
市
international
和有关部
organizations,
委的负
heads
责
of
人、
China's provincial
跨
governments
国
and
公司、
relevant
智库
departments,
和商协
delegates
会
from
代表
transnational
参加了今
companies,
天的开
think
幕
tanks
式。
and business associations.
本届进博会共有154个国家、地区和国
154
际组织
countries
参
and
展，
regions and international
其中
organizations will participate in
69
the
个
6th
国家和
CIIE,
3个国际
among
组织
which
参加国家
69
展，
countries and 3
来
international
自128个
organizations
国家
will
和
take
地
part
区
in
的
country exhibition.
3486家参
Business
展商
exhibition will feature
参加企业展，
3,486 companies
展览
from
面积、
128 countries and
行业龙
regions.
头企业数量
The exhibition
都创
area
新
and the
高，
number of industry-leading
超过
companies both
400
set a
项
new
新产品、
record. Over
新技术、
400 new
新服务
technologies, products, and
将集
services
中
will
亮相。
debut in the 6th CIIE.
进博会期间，
During the 6th
还
CIIE,
将举办
we will also
投资中
hold
国年峰会，
Invest in China Year Summit,
举办外资企业圆桌会，
roundtables for
举办
foreign
世界
invested
开放报
companies,
告
press
2023
release
发
and
布
international
及国际
symposium
研讨
on
会
World Openness Report
等22
2023. In
分
total,
论坛
22
和
parallel
将近
sessions
130
and nearly
场配套活动。
130 matching activities
现
will
在
be held.
有请中华人民共和国
Now I have the
国务
honor
院
to invite
李
His
强总理
Excellency Li
发表
Qiang,
主旨演
Premier
讲
of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, to deliver his keynote speech.
Your Excellencies, leaders of participating countries, and heads of international organizations, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends. It gives me great pleasure to gather with you today in Shanghai, the beautiful Oriental Pearl, for the grand opening of the 6th China International Import Expo. At the outset, I would like to extend, on behalf of the Chinese government, a warm welcome to all our guests coming from afar, and hearty greetings to friends old and new. Five years ago today, President Xi Jinping announced to open the first CIIE on this very stage. The congratulatory message sent by President Xi to this year's CIIE reaffirms China's unwavering determination to advance high-level opening up and foster an open world economy. Since 2018, as the world's first national-level exposition dedicated to imports, the CIIE has kept to its founding mission of opening up China's market and sharing China's opportunities with the world, and actively connected China to the rest of the world. It has played a stronger role as a major platform for international procurement, investment promotion, cultural exchange, and open cooperation, and established itself as an international public good for the world to share. The past 5 editions of the CIIE saw the participation of 131 countries and international organizations in country exhibitions, and over 15,800 exhibitors in business exhibitions. More than 2,000 new products, new technologies, and new services were launched here, and nearly $350 billion worth of business deals were agreed upon. The venue where we are gathering today is affectionately known as the four-leaf clover. Due to the building's shape, now this clover grass has turned into fortune grass for countries around the world, and the Hongqiao International Economic Forum, held concurrently with the CIIE, has become a Cai Hongqiao, a rainbow bridge, for exploring new approaches to reforming the global economic governance system and building new consensus for open development of the world. Where some people might find the numbers and concepts boring and abstract, so let me share with you some real stories that happened at CIIE. Story number 1. In 2018, at the first CIIE, an American company specialized in essential oils took part in the expo just to give it a shot. But it ended up at the expo with orders worth 380 million RMB. Every year since then, the company would come to CIIE with its exhibition area expanding from the original 9 square meters to 200 square meters this year, and orders worth surging to 1 billion RMB. According to its chief executive, participation in the CIIE puts them on the shoulders of giants. As a matter of fact, American companies have topped in total exhibition area at the CIIE for several years running. Story number 2. In 2020, when the world was stricken by the COVID-19 pandemic, but the CIIE was held as scheduled. That year, a young man from Afghanistan came to the CIIE for the first time with handmade wool carpets from his hometown and went back with more than 2,000 orders. People may not know that one carpet order can support one family in the Afghan mountains for an entire year. As the Afghan young man sees it, the China International Import Expo not only changed his own life, but more importantly, makes life better for thousands of poor Afghan households, because he received a large number of orders at the CIIE in China. Story number 3. It happened last year in 2022. A Japanese pharmaceutical company displayed an innovative drug for rare digestive system diseases at the CIIE. And the company signed on spot a business deal with Hainan Boao Lecheng International Medical Tourism Pilot Zone. Normally, it would take several years for a new drug to enter the market. But through the CIIE platform, this Japanese company was able to put its new drug to use at medical institutions in Boao of Hainan province in just 6 months. This is both a blessing for patients and an opportunity for companies. In recent years, many multinational companies have chosen the CIIE for the global launch and China debut of their new products, new technologies, and new services. And this has become an important way for them to explore the Chinese market and share in China's development dividends. It is also the biggest highlight of the CIIE. There are numerous stories like the 3 I just mentioned. In a word, our friends in the business community, no matter where they are from and when they started their participation, all had a rewarding experience at the CIIE. It is worth noting that some of the companies have never missed a single expo in the past 5 years. They deserve to be called hardcore fans of the CIIE. Among the 3,400 plus companies that signed up for the CIIE this year, over 200 have joined the event for 6 years in a row. They never missed one single expo. And they include both Fortune 500 and industry-leading enterprises, as well as fast-growing innovative firms. Moreover, some businesses have just locked in tickets to the CIIE for the next 5 years. Whether it is the stories of dreams coming true and miracles turning into reality, or businesses with firm confidence in a promising future, they are all evident proof that the CIIE is a big platform full of opportunities. They also reveal to us from different angles why the CIIE is gaining growing popularity. That is, economic globalization represents the historical trend and meets people's aspirations, which makes open cooperation for mutual benefit the wisest and the most natural choice. On the global horizon, Transformation not seen in a century is advancing at a faster pace. World economic recovery lacks momentum, and economic globalization is facing headwinds. Against this backdrop, China sincerely hopes to work with all countries to move forward together for mutual success on the vast open platform. To move forward together, we need to keep abreast with the prevailing trend of economic globalization and transcend the differences in civilization, culture, social system, and level of development with more open-minded mindset and actions. We need to seek common ground while recognizing and resolving differences, seek the bigger common interests, and narrow the relatively small differences. We need to add impetus and reduce obstruction to development, and jointly promote, build, and contribute to an open world economy. To achieve mutual success, we need to stage a chorus of economic globalization and adopt a more constructive approach to jointly make the pie of global market bigger, substantiate the global mechanisms for benefit sharing, and embrace more flexible ways of global cooperation. Through two-way opening up on all fronts, we can make both ourselves and others succeed, and ensure the steady and sustained development of an open world economy. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, this year marks the 45th anniversary of China's reform and opening up. Over the past 45 years, no matter how the global landscape evolved, China has never stopped its pursuit of opening up or wavered in its determination to share development opportunities with the world. From launching opening up 45 years ago to acceding to the World Trade Organization 22 years ago, from putting forth the Belt and Road Initiative a decade ago, to starting the China International Import Expo 5 years ago, China has opened its door wider to the world and expanded both the scope and depth of opening up. Through opening up, China has not only developed itself, but also brought benefits to the world. At the Third Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation, held in October in Beijing, President Xi Jinping announced 8 major steps that China would take to support the joint pursuit of high-quality Belt and Road cooperation, including key measures to support an open world economy. The Chinese government will implement these steps with concrete actions, promote cooperation for broader, deeper, and higher-level opening up, and make further contribution to world economic recovery and global development and prosperity. First, we will continue to promote opening up with bigger market opportunities. Market is a rare resource in today's world. With a population of over 1.4 billion people, including a 400 million strong middle-income group, China has enormous potential in market demand. In the past 5 years, China has increased its import of goods by 47% and ranked among the top in the world in foreign investment utilization, with a 5.2% GDP growth in the first 3 quarters of this year. The Chinese economy has remained on an upward trajectory and played a more visible role as a stabilizer and engine of world economic recovery. China is always ready to share the opportunities of its market. We will actively expand imports, promote coordinated development of trading goods and trading services, introduce the negative lists on cross-border trade in services, respectively for nationwide implementation and for pilot free trade zones, support innovative forms and models of foreign trade, and vigorously develop digital trade. In the next 5 years, China's import of goods and services is expected to reach $17 trillion on cumulative terms, which will continue to generate immense market benefits to the world. Second, we will continue to promote opening up with better connectivity of rules. Promoting institutional opening up is a key initiative taken by China to expand high-level opening up. Currently, we have launched trials in 5 pilot free trade zones and the Hainan Free Trade Port. We will continue to deepen reform in relevant fields, build more high-level open platforms, expand the globally oriented high-standard free trade network, actively pursue accession to the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement on Trans-Pacific Partnership and the Digital Economy Partnership Agreement, and negotiate for the conclusion of more high-standard free trade agreements. We will further expand market access, earnestly implement policies including removing all restrictions on foreign investment access in the manufacturing sector, protect the rights and interests of foreign investors in accordance with law, and continue to foster a world-class, market-oriented business environment governed by a sound legal framework. During this year's CIIE, we will hold the Invest in China Year Summit and other matching events, which I believe will open up new cooperation space for investors around the world. Third, we will continue to promote opening up with stronger dynamism for innovation. At present, a new round of scientific and technological revolution and industrial transformation is unfolding. Digital technology and digital economy are reshaping the traditional growth model in a profound way and providing a new and important engine for global economic development. China is ready to enhance innovation cooperation with other countries, push for deeper integration of science and technology with the economy, promote the sharing of innovation outcomes, and break the barriers impeding the flow of knowledge, technology, talent, and other innovation factors. We will integrate more proactively into the global innovation network, deepen reform in digital economy, and promote the free and orderly flow of data in accordance with law. You are all welcome to participate in the Global Digital Trade Expo to be held in Hangzhou, China, and join the Initiative on International Trade and Economic Cooperation Framework for Digital Economy and Green Development. Fourth, we will continue to promote opening up with greater inclusiveness and benefit sharing. The WTO-centered multilateral trading system is the cornerstone of economic globalization and free trade. It is also an important safeguard for ensuring steady global recovery. China will always stand on the right side of history, keep up with the progress of the times, resolutely oppose unilateralism and protectionism, firmly uphold the authority and effectiveness of the multilateral trading system, fully and substantively participate in the WTO reform, and support the early entry into force of the Trade Facilitation Agreement. We will steadfastly maintain the stability of global industrial and supply chains and promote international consensus and rules that are conducive to advancing opening up and cooperation and removing the disruption of non-economic factors. We will work with all parties involved to deepen Belt and Road partnerships of cooperation, usher this cooperation into a new stage of high-quality development, and deliver development opportunities and concrete benefits to more countries and peoples. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, Shanghai is the biggest economic hub in China. It is also the place where the mighty Yangtze River meets the vast Pacific Ocean. Over the years, Shanghai, with its all-embracing and pioneering spirit, has stood at the forefront of China's opening up and resonated with the heartbeat of the global economy. At the opening ceremony of the first CIIE, President Xi Jinping highlighted openness, innovation, and inclusiveness as the hallmark of Shanghai. We all deeply feel how important openness, innovation, and inclusiveness are to Shanghai and also to China's development. To give further scope to Shanghai's important role in China's opening up, we will soon release a master plan to promote high-standard institutional opening up in the Shanghai Pilot Free Trade Zone in full alignment with high-standard international economic and trade rules, and establish a pilot zone for Silk Road e-commerce cooperation in Shanghai. With these efforts, we aim to support Shanghai in continuing its role as a trailblazer of reform and opening up in the new era and the meeting place for China to integrate into and interact with the world. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, openness creates opportunities and cooperation brings a win-win future. China is ready to work with all countries to overcome the risks and challenges on the way forward, make economic globalization more open, inclusive, balanced, win-win, and beneficial for all, and create a brighter future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Premier Li Qiang, for your wonderful speech. Just now, Premier Li Qiang walked us through the development of CIIE and vividly explained how CIIE helped people make their dreams come true and enabled enterprises to create miracles. He expressed China's sincere hope to work with all countries to move forward together for mutual success on the vast open platform. He clearly stated that China will continue to promote opening up with bigger market opportunities, better connectivity of rules, stronger dynamism for innovation, and greater inclusiveness and benefit sharing, so as to make greater contributions to global economic recovery and prosperity. Now I'd like to invite Your Excellencies, leaders of participating countries and heads of international organizations to deliver their remarks. First, I'd like to invite His Honorable Anthony Albanese, Prime Minister of Australia.
The Premier of the People's Republic of China, Your Excellency Li Qiang, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to be with you at the China International Import Expo today. This is my 7th visit to the People's Republic of China, but my first as Prime Minister of Australia. and it's wonderful to be back here at this extraordinarily beautiful global city of Shanghai. And I'm delighted to see so many Australian businesses represented at this important event, and to be in the presence of people from both sides of the relationship who make success possible. This year, Australia and the People's Republic of China mark 3 important anniversaries. The Whitlam government's establishment of Australia's first embassy here in the People's Republic of China, 50 years ago. The signing of the first trade agreement between our 2 nations, again, 50 years ago. And 50 years ago, to the very day, Gough Whitlam became the first Australian Prime Minister to visit China. In the half-century since, both our economies have transformed and modernised and diversified in ways that our predecessors could not have possibly imagined. Both our nations have benefited from a region that has grown and prospered, become more open and interconnected, a region that has been stable and peaceful. Both our societies have gained from tourism and educational exchange, from innovators and small business operators. And our trade in goods and services has nearly doubled since the China-Australia Free Trade Agreement came into force, making more and more high-quality Australian products available to consumers in China and providing key inputs for Chinese businesses. When we consider all the good that has flowed from those decisions half a century ago, it is indeed a triple anniversary well worth celebrating. It is just one chapter in what is a big and deeply exciting story. And that story is that this region is growing faster than any other in human history. And thanks to both Australia's proximity to this region and our dynamism as a nation, we are well placed to add to the quality and to the staying power of that growth. Our engagement benefits Australia, but it also benefits our region. As Australians, we take our place on the world stage seriously, with a strong emphasis on the contribution we can make in the Indo-Pacific. Whether it's our iron ore, our beef, our technology, or our greatest asset, our people, Australia has so much to offer. We're a key supplier of energy to Asia, including China, Japan and South Korea. We export natural resources right around the Pacific Rim. We have a global market for our agricultural products. We are a provider of first-class services, particularly in health and education. Our fast-growing tech sector is one of the largest in the Southern Hemisphere. We are a reliable, high-quality supplier of commodities, including in agriculture, minerals and energy. And we are ready to use our strength in critical minerals, as well as our abundant sun and wind resources, to help a secure and stable energy transition for the region. All of this is so important. It is the lens through which we see so much of the future, for us as a nation and for all of us as a region. And Australia's relationship with China is a key part of all this. The growth of China has been a key feature of recent decades, with more people lifted out of poverty here in China than any nation in human history has ever been able to achieve over that period of time. It is a mature relationship, energised by the complementary nature of our economies. Along with the other economies in our region, Australia and China have prospered thanks to the certainty and stability that is made possible by rules-based trade. Every country has a role to play in advancing trade that is both sustainable and inclusive. These are goals we can achieve through our domestic policies and through fostering open and inclusive regional and international architecture. There is, of course, also an important role for government to play in creating the right conditions for business to innovate and thrive, and helping business take advantage of market opportunities. We do that by eliminating unnecessary barriers to trade and investment, by fostering a level playing field, and by working towards inclusive economic growth. These are principles that have long been the foundation of Australia's economy, giving it a dynamism and resilience that has helped it weather some serious storms. And even in this time of global uncertainty, Australia's trade in goods and services reached a new level in 2022-2023. But it is not a success we guard jealously or try to keep to ourselves. It's a success we want to share with the rest of the world. That is why Australia promotes free trade and open markets. It's why Australia will continue to be a constructive player in global economic architecture. Like China, we value our place at the table in the G20, APEC, and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. It's why we continue to highly value the World Trade Organization, whose role as an independent and respected umpire benefits us all. The framework of trade rules provides certainty and opportunity for redress if problems arise. The success of economies cannot be guaranteed, but we know that international trade benefits the lifting of global living standards. And we know that constructive economic engagement between countries helps to build relationships and helps to build understanding, both of common interests and where there are differences. And that is why the government that I lead will continue to work constructively with China. As the business people in this room understand so well, it is in all our interests to have a relationship where there is dialogue and cooperation. I look forward to seeing the businesses represented here at the China International Import Expo, building even stronger ties between our nations. You've already shown us what is possible. 谢谢。
谢谢阿尔巴尼斯阁下的精彩致辞。
Thank you, Your
现在
Excellency.
请哈萨克斯
Now
坦
I'd
总
like to
理
invite
施迈
His
洛夫阁下致
Excellency
辞。
Alihan Smilov, Prime Minister of Kazakhstan, to deliver his speech.
Your Excellency, Premier Li Qiang, Your Excellency, Heads of Delegation, first, I would like to thank Premier Li Qiang for organizing the CIIE in Shanghai and for his warm hospitality. Over the years, the CIIE has become a global trade platform featuring over 150 representatives from countries. What I want to point out is that Kazakhstan's participation in this CIIE is in a new stage. Last September, our two presidents has ushered in a golden 3 decades of our cooperation. We have achieved great progress over the past period, and this has built a solid foundation for our traditional good neighborliness. In the future 3 decades, our cooperation within the economic framework will play a key role, and we have seen great opportunities in this regard. China is Kazakhstan's one of the Kazakhstan's largest trade partner. Our trade volume reached $240 billion last year. In the first 9 months of this year, our trade volume grows by 20%, and our trade volume will hit $40 billion in future years. We invite all Chinese companies to cooperate with us, and we are ready to provide necessary support, and we will create a favorable environment. Distinguished guests, considering the change of our geopolitical environment, it is of great need to achieve economic development of our countries. As other countries in the world, we felt the challenges faced by the global economy, the financial disruption, supply chain disruption. We are ready to work with CIIE partners to strengthen our practical economic cooperation and to reduce the negative impact. I would like to point out the following areas. First, cross-border e-commerce. We need to create favorable conditions for this. Over the past decade, China's trade volume with Belt and Road partner countries achieved hit $1.95 billion, $90.5 trillion. And we believe it is necessary to keep this trend, and by 2030, our trade volume will hit $100 billion. We need to expand our trade list, streamline administrative procedure, and use digitalized technology. This will bring positive impact for regional economic cooperation. We have achieved progress in this regard. We have close cooperation with Alibaba. In this May, we have launched our state pavilion in China's Jingdong.com. Secondly, we need to ensure food security. We fully support China's global initiative for global security. One of the priorities is about strengthening food security. This is not an issue faced by our region, it is a global challenge. Kazakhstan is one of the 10 largest wheat producer. We exported a large number of grain every year. In this May, we have reached important consensus with relevant Chinese companies. Our border areas are implementing relevant projects to ensure the exports of our products to China. We stand ready to implement specific projects in agriculture and to strengthen food security. Third, transportation cooperation. Against the backdrop of the current geopolitics, we need to strengthen relevant cooperation. We have played a key role in logistics and served as a key link connecting the Eurasian continent and other areas. 85% of China's transportation to Europe passes through Kazakhstan. We have many projects with China. The China, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Iran, the new railway corridor, and other major infrastructure projects. To increase the volume of China-Europe Expressway, we suggest to expand the usage of relevant corridor. This will reduce the time needed by half. We are ready to build a third railway station in China-Kazakhstan border area, and to expand our export to Black Sea areas. We invite China's transportation companies to participate in these projects and expand the usage of our existing project. Ladies and gentlemen, over 30 Kazakhstan producers have participated in this year's CIIE. The CIIE will help us to promote our products to enter into Chinese market. I would like to invite you to the State Pavilion of Kazakhstan, where we will demonstrate our achievements in leading areas. And I wish you great success for new projects, new business. Thank you. Thank you, Prime Minister Smilov. Now I have the honor to invite Her Excellency Ana Brnabić, Prime Minister of Serbia, to deliver her remarks.
Dear Prime Minister Li Qiang, Your Excellencies, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I have a great honor and pleasure to greet you on behalf of the Republic of Serbia, which is a traditional participant of the Chinese International Import Expo. This time, owing to its participation, has confirmed its aim to reinforce the relationship and the steel friendship with the People's Republic of China. The fact that Serbia is among the few countries that is the guest of honor at this great event shows the level of the relationship of our two countries and a hint of the strategic reinforcements of our economic cooperation in the future. The Serbian pavilion that you will be able to visit is a symbolic confirmation that our economic and comprehensive cooperation will yet achieve its full potential in the years to come. I would like to use this opportunity to say that in the history of the mankind, it has rarely happened that the states as large as China is in its demographic potential and real political and economic influence have entered into strategic relationship with much smaller countries, and that they built upon the true and sincere partners that they are. The People's Republic of China has recognized my country, the Republic of Serbia, in the same way, through the building of a comprehensive, contemporary steel friendship and true partnership. The People's Republic of China today is a pioneer and is at the head of many things, and Serbia has been invited here and is present here as a partner and a friend. We have been invited as a leader of this free trade and economic globalization and liberalization of international exchange, and for which we believe will contribute to peace, stability, and joint prosperity of the nations and comprehensive mankind. The presence of the countries throughout the world at this event only shows the reach of the initiative, Belt and Road Initiative of the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and witnesses of the true wish of the People's Republic of China to open its doors to all partners worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, Serbia is one of the first economic countries that 6 years ago have recognized the significance and the opportunity that the Chinese International Import Expo actually provides, and ever since by taking part in this event, we have brought about a more recital and a richer offer, and we have come with numerous delegations, which I was able to witness when I was in Shanghai in 2019. Continuously with the involvement of our presence in the Chinese International Import Expo, we have also further developed the Serbian and Chinese economic relationship. So the sixth event of this fair is a good opportunity to look upon of the Serbian-Chinese relationship. In the past 6 years, we have reinforced the comprehensive strategic partnership and the field friendship of China and Serbia, and the bilateral cooperation has reached its highest level owing to the greatest extent to the personal contribution of the two presidents, Alexander Vučić and Xi Jinping. The exchange of goods between our two countries in the past 4 years, ever since 2018 until 2022, has increased by 2.7 times. An export from Serbia into China, which is the most relevant data in the context of this expo, has increased by 12.7 times, giving confirmation of the openness of the Chinese market towards the companies and partners from Serbia. In the said period, China has reached the first top place among the foreign investors in Serbia and has maintained this position in the period from 2021 and 2022 and in the first half term of this year. The entry of such large Chinese companies as investors has enticed the economic development of Serbia, and the result is that the investors from China are the leading experts into the world. With the arrival of the company ZG Mining into Serbia 5 years ago, we have witnessed major changes, and Serbia, owing to this, has become the second greatest producer of copper in Europe, with the aim of becoming a leading one. The positive effect of the Chinese investments to the acceleration of the development of the Serbian economy is also visible in other examples. Chinese companies today employ more than 28,000 of employees. With our Chinese partners and friends, as a continuation of the successful cooperation on the capital projects in the previous period, we are diligently working on the realization of the new strategic projects in infrastructure, energy, mining, worth several billion of dollars, which will, to our people in Serbia, bring new highways, new roads, tunnels, bridges, railways, metro, sewage systems, solar and wind farms, mines, and new job positions. I am convinced that what I'm talking about is only the beginning, and that in the future we will be only proud of our joint achievements. Serbia and China have intensified the economic political contacts that now they are realized on a monthly level. In September, we were present at the CIFIT event in Xiamen as the guest of honor, and in October, together with the President of the Republic of Serbia, Alexander Vučić, we represented at the historical third forum of the initiative of Belt and Road in Beijing, where we have signed even 18 cooperation agreements. Among them is the free trade agreement, on the basis of which a new era of Serbia-Chinese economic cooperation has opened up. Before us, we have new areas of cooperation such as the digital economy, science and technological innovation. So Serbia is in Shanghai as a friend, but an ambitious one that wishes for our exquisite political relations to result in joint development and specific benefits both for both countries and citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud that for the first time we are as the guest of honor at this event, and I would like to invite our Chinese friends and representatives of all other countries to experience the Serbian hospitality in our pavilion. I would also like to invite Chinese companies to use the advantages of the recently signed free trade agreement and the opportunity which the new era of the Serbian-Chinese economic cooperation provides. I would like to invite the Chinese tourists to discover the beauties of Serbia, its exquisite landscape, the rich culture and history. I would like to invite you to invest, research and enjoy everything that Serbia has to offer, and I would specifically like to invite you to visit Belgrade and take part at the specialized World Expo, Expo 2027, an event that will be held in our capital and will present the traditional and modern Serbia at the same time. Thank you very much for your hospitality, and I'll see you in Serbia.
Thank you, Prime Minister Brnabić. Now I will invite His Excellency Manuel Malelo, Prime Minister of Cuba, to deliver his remarks.
Estimado compañero Li Xiang,
Your
primer
Excellency,
ministro de la
Premier
República
Li Qiang
Popular
of
China,
the State Council of the
estimados
PRC,
colegas, jefe de delegaciones
Your
presentes,
Excellency,
estimados
heads
invitados.
of delegations,
Deseo
distinguished
agradecer
guests,
en nombre de
on
un
behalf of
pequeño
Cuba,
país distante
a small
geográficamente,
country
pero
that is far
cercano de
away
corazón y de
but has the same
convicciones
heart and
al
mind
partido,
as China.
gobierno y
I would
pueblo
like to
chino,
thank the CPC,
la cálida
Chinese government, and
invitación
the
para
people of China
participar en la
for
sexta
their kind
edición
invitation
de la
to the
Exposición
6th
Internacional de
CIIE,
Importaciones de China, así como la hospitalidad y
the
las
gracious
atenciones recibidas
hospitality
desde
they have
nuestro arribo
extended
a
us
Shanghai.
since our
Cuba
arrival
ha
in Shanghai.
participado ininterrumpidamente en
Since
todas
the
las
first
ediciones de la
CIIE
CIE,
in
desde
2018,
su lanzamiento en el 2018,
has
cuando
never been
entonces
absent.
asistió el presidente de la
Our
República de Cuba,
President
Miguel
Díaz
Díaz-Canel
Canel,
Bermúdez,
has
expresión de la
visited
alta
the
prioridad
first CIIE
que
in
le
person.
concedemos a este importante
This
evento,
shows
devenido
the
en un
great
referente a
importance
nivel mundial
Cuba
en materia
has
de comercio,
attached to the
interconexión
CIIE,
empresarial
a
y de
world-class
generación
platform
de
for trade
oportunidades
promotion,
de negocio.
matchmaking, and business
Esta edición
opportunities.
tiene lugar en un
At
contexto marcado por los efectos
The
acumulados
impact
de
of the
varios años
pandemic
de
is still
pandemia,
lingering.
retos y desafíos globales
Global
que en la
challenges
actualidad
keep
marcan
emerging.
un complejo escenario internacional,
The international
incluidas
situation is
arbitrarias y
complicated and
caprichosas
complex.
sanciones
That's the
unilaterales
backdrop of
e
this year's
intolerancia
CIIE.
política y cultural.
The
China
complexity
no
also includes
levanta
the
muros.
arbitrary imposition of
China no
unilateral
impone
sanctions and the
condiciones
lack of
políticas.
inclusiveness
No
at
se
the political and
inmiscuye
cultural
en los
levels.
asuntos internos
China does
de
not
otros
build walls
países
or
y
impose
no corta
political
las
strains on
cadenas
others. China
industriales
does
y
not
de
interfere in
suministros
others'
globales.
internal
Por el
affairs
contrario,
or
China
disrupt
promueve
global
fondos de
industrial
ayuda
and supply
y
chains.
se propone
On the
a
contrary,
través de los
instead,
loables
China
iniciativas
establishes
globales del
development funds
presidente Xi
through
Jinping
major global
compartir
initiatives
de manera
proposed by
inclusiva
President Xi
los
Jinping.
logros de su
China
desarrollo con la
advocates
comunidad
that
internacional,
development
en particular
should
con
be
los países en
shared
desarrollo.
by the
Las
international
mismas constituyen
community,
propuestas
especially developing
coherentes
countries. These initiatives not only meet the need to establish a just and equitable international order, but also meet the expectations of the global South. China has a huge and a unique market and is committed to opening its market wider and wider. We very much appreciate and welcome this. China has always adhered to true multilateralism and promoted economic globalization. Today, we have delegates from over 150 countries, and this has created many opportunities for exchange and an attractive environment for further innovative ideas to contribute to the recovery of the global economy and world trade in a more effective way. As the chair of the G77 plus China, Cuba has been calling at the global level for the urgent reform of the global financial system to enable global South countries to have equitable access to the necessary funds and to establish a fair international trading regime and to help us achieve the SDGs. We urgently call for the elimination of unilateral protectionism practice that directly violate the relevant WTO rules as soon as possible. Over the past 6 decades, Cuba has suffered from the continued hostility of the United States and its economic, commercial, and financial embargo. This embargo has even intensified than previous period. This inhuman act is still a major obstacle to our country's social and economic development, and it has spillover effects, which affects our trade relations with third countries, our banking and financial operations, and affects foreign capital inflows to Cuba. Recently, the overwhelming majority of the international community have proved again in the UN that Cuba is and will not be alone. A total of 187 countries voted to end U.S. blockade. On the basis of the important consensus reached by our two presidents, Cuba will continue to promote a development model with its own characteristics and expand economic, trade, financial, and technological cooperation with China. China and Cuba are good friends, good comrades, and good brothers. China is Cuba's strategic partner and has been Cuba's second largest trading partner and a main export destination for 15 consecutive years. Cuba will continue to provide a stable supply of various commodities to China and be a reliable partner of China in biotechnology. This is a symbol of our special friendly relations. China and Cuba have become an example of solidarity and cooperation between socialist countries and mutual help assistance between developing countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe we are today's 6th CIIE will become a new landmark of our bilateral relations. We are ushering a new era. We will further promote our economic and trade cooperation and our high-level exchanges. We must unite together and to make sure to let the world see that a better world is possible. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Now let's invite the first Vice President of Iran, His Excellency Mokhber.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Your Excellency, Heads of Government and Heads of Delegation, Your Excellency Premier Li Qiang, distinguished guests from international organizations, ladies and gentlemen, friends, it's a great pleasure to attend the opening ceremony of the CIIE and Hongqiao International Economic and Trade Forum. This is a major event. I wish the CIIE and Hongqiao Forum a full success. First, I believe we cannot ignore the tragedy in Gaza. Civilians in Gaza are in lack of food and water, and they are suffering from attacks. Innocent people in Gaza have suffered from inhuman attacks. Over 10,000 civilians have been killed, including many of them are children and women. This is a war crime. We need to end this immediately and provide more humanitarian assistance to Gaza. Today, I would like to take this opportunity to share with you some points. First, due to the impact of the pandemic, the global economy lacks momentum and our economic interaction have been impacted. In this new stage, Asia and the Middle East are playing an important role in global economic activities. Countries in our regions have more closer economic and technological cooperation. Iranian government and countries around the world and our neighboring countries have cooperation and multilateral diplomacy. We joined the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the BRICS, and so as to have more economic activities with the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth industrial revolution, which mainly involve automation, advanced emerging manufacturing and artificial intelligence, have enabled us a digitalized environment, better condition for human resources. This makes countries around the world to have a clear eye of our economic advantage. On the other hand, unilateralism is still threatening the development of the world. Some countries initiate trade wars, and other countries are engaging in illegal unilateral sectors. All this has damaged the economic globalization. All these problems cannot be solved by a single country. Our companies cannot deal with these problems on their own. Colleagues, today's economy is faced with various challenges. We need to create new business models and to think outside the box. In addition, the global trade regime cannot benefit all countries. We need a new regime to the benefit of the humanity, to benefit all of us. I would like to ask you to focus on the business model of the international internet economy. We need to support multilateral trade system and more to safeguard the stability of industrial and supply chains and build center cities for consumption, build modern logistics system. All this will help us to build a new business model. Iran is a major country in the region. Our oil and gas volume rank first in the world. And minor resource ranks in the 7th, and our population ranks 18th in the world. From PPP basis, our economy volume ranks 19th in the world. According to UN standards, Iran is a country with high human development index, while neighboring countries of 15 countries, a total of 600 million people. We connect Central Asia, and Europe. We have a coastline of 2,700 kilometers. And our trade corridor connects many countries. We played a key linking role in the Belt and Road. We connect Southeast Asia and Europe. In energy sector, Iran has advantage in producing oil, gas, and relevant products. We are willing to export relevant products and technologies to other countries. In addition, Iran, in terms of natural resources and minor resources, we rank 7th in the world. We hope we can export these products to the world, especially metal products. If you participate in minor and infrastructure investment in Iran, this will contribute to the stability. Iran also have advantage in medical devices and many other advanced manufacturing areas. Iran is subject to unfair sanctions, but we can still utilize our human resources and capacity to send our satellite to the space. So now we're looking forward to cooperation with other countries in this area. We have rich agricultural products and tourism resources. In this regard, we also have sound condition for sunlight, which is favorable for your investment in new energy in Iran. I invite you to invest in Iran. Our position is based on the merits of the issue of in international affairs. We play a key role in international affairs. We are looking forward to play a more constructive role in global development. We have many companies, many major companies from Iran have participated in this CIIE. I hope you can have a better understanding of Iran and welcome you to our exhibition areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, First Vice President Wakber. Now I would like to invite His Excellency Paul Mashadir to deliver his remarks.
Premier, Leader, heads of state and government here present, ministers, deputy ministers, members of the diplomatic corps, leaders of business, esteemed delegates. A very good morning to all of you. It gives me great pleasure to be addressing this esteemed audience during the 6th China International Import Expo. Our participation at this CIIE 2023 is taking place on the back of 3 significant events. The first is the recent BRICS summit which South Africa hosted. At this summit, our 2 countries, together with the other founding BRICS partners, agreed to expand the membership for greater global influence and impact. The second is a procurement mission led by Minister Wang Wentao of MOFCOM, which resulted in the purchase agreements of South African products of approximately $2.2 billion. The third is a binational commission held on the 3rd of November 2023, which the Vice President Hang Zheng and myself co-chaired. I am pleased to share that our 2 governments will continue to explore various avenues of strengthening, deepening our long-standing economic, trade, and people-to-people relations. By advancing more South African value-added products from a top 10 category to an exponential top 100 products, we are confident that we are making product that will be able to advance our bilateral trade. Against this backdrop, we commend the Chinese government for efforts to continuously host the China International Import Expo, thereby opening this market to the world and to Africa in particular. This unique platform provides companies around the world the opportunities to showcase their products and services, to expand their network, to conclude trade deals, whilst at the same time learning about the culture of doing business with Chinese enterprises and getting first-hand information and compliance and adherence to Chinese protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa has optimized the space accorded to us at the country pavilion for trade and investments, where 25 South African entities that comprise provincial trade and investment agencies, export councils, and other manufacturers have been supported to exhibit in this premier location. We have also secured additional space at the Enterprise and Business Fair. A further 11 business enterprises are showcasing the best of South Africa's agricultural produce as well as agro-processing products. Standard Bank of South Africa, in partnership with the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, is also showcasing some of their clients at this show. We have a wide array of value-added products in the diverse sectors of creative industries, medical equipment, clothing and textiles, cosmetics, metals, mining and engineering services, manufacturing, as well as aerospace and defense technologies. I would also like to invite you to take a tour of our pavilion in Hall 5-2 and Hall 2-2 at your leisure to engage the different business people that have joined us. I promise you that you will not be disappointed at the quality and variety of what we will have to offer. I look forward to a successful show and wish all participating companies every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Now I'd like to invite Her Excellency Rebecca Greenspan, Secretary General of UNCTAD, to deliver her remarks.
Your Excellency, Li Qiang, Premier of the People's Republic of China, thank you so much for your wonderful speech. Your Excellencies, heads of state and government, dear authorities from government and international organizations, distinguished delegates. It is a great honor to be here in Shanghai, a city whose lights reach all corners of the globe. The theme of this forum is joining hands in development, opening up for the future. As China has proven, opening up is not just about removing trade barriers or encouraging investment. It is about opening minds to new ideas and hearts to cultural exchange. As President Xi has said, development is not a zero-sum game. One nation's success does not mean another's downfall. On the contrary, in a multipolar world, healthy competition, trade based in internationally agreed rules, and greater cooperation must be the way forward. We are at the halfway point of the 2030 agenda, and only 15% of Sustainable Development Goals are on track. The SDGs are too big to fail. They are our last common agenda in a world in desperate need of solidarity and multilateralism. And yet, we are going into the second half of the 2030 race with less accommodating conditions. Global GDP growth is slowing down to 2.4% this year, despite the fact that China is growing at double the rate. Global trade is growing at only 1%, and foreign direct investment has not recovered since the 2008 financial crisis. There is a $4 trillion SDG investment gap in the developing world, up from $2.5 trillion only 8 years ago. And 3.3 billion people now live in countries that spend more on servicing the debt than on either health or education. These are the hard facts, but facts alone don't change the world. Wang Yangming, the famous Ming Dynasty scholar, once said, "To know and not to do is to not yet know." The only path forward is the path of tangible action. That is the message we heard from President Xi, from the UN Secretary General, and world leaders in the recent Belt and Road Forum. Your Excellencies, China's know what is to act at scale, with speed, and with purpose. We must be inspired by his example. This forum is a great opportunity. This expo is a powerful and well-established platform, a symbol of China's commitment to balance trade relations with the rest of the world, and especially with the developing countries and the small and medium-sized enterprises. This isn't only an expo of products. It is a marketplace of ideas, a confluence of cultures, and a starting point for new paradigms in global action and international cooperation. So in closing, allow me to wish this forum the greatest success, and to again thank our host for such a warm and wonderful welcome. The stakes could not be higher. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your remarks. The opening ceremony of the 6th China International Import Expo and Hongqiao International Economic Forum has now come to a close. Thank you.